Muhammad's up. I think we have answered this question in the past, but we'll answer it again. We've got time. Hey guys, I'm talking to a prospect that's presenting a challenge. They're interested in what I have to say, but at the same time, they're annoying. You know, the kind of prospect that's read an SEO blog or two and thinks that they're the bee's knees. They think they know it all. Normally, I would just walk away, but this guy came to me and seems genuinely interested. What's the best way to handle this? Do I just brute force my way through by showing how much more I know? Is there a smarter way?
Run like the wind.
Yeah, honestly, I know, Muhammad, you've kind of answered your own question. You know that if they're a pain in the ass now, no matter what you do, they're always going to question it because they're always going to suggest that they know a better way or that they know more, right? So no matter if you brute force your way through it now, as you mentioned, and kind of bludgeon them over the head with what, you know, how much smarter you are or how much more SEO knowledge you have than them, then again, all that's going to happen is it's going to quiet them maybe for a moment or two, or a day or two, a week or two, maybe a month or two, but they're going to come back and second guess or question what you're doing, you know, going forward. At some point in time, they're going to think, they're going to read another SEO blog post or two and come back and question. And it's funny because this, you know, after the question about PR press releases, I was actually doing some searches on Google the other day about press releases, and I saw, like on SEO Roundtable, a post that was just published in the last few months about that was specifically a post from the, I guess, the Google Hangout that they do with, you know, Robert Mueller or whatever his name is, Mueller or whatever the hell his name is, and the Google gods on a weekly basis or bi-weekly basis, whatever. And, you know, they republish those like highlights from that on a lot of the SEO blogs. I think it was SEO Roundtable specifically. And one of the questions that it was just a short clip from the webinar, but it was basically saying press releases don't work for SEO. And it was Google, like Robert Mueller or whatever the hell his name is, the one that was saying that. And so they highlighted that in a blog post on SEO Roundtable about how press releases don't work for SEO. Well, that's bullshit. I love it when Google says stuff doesn't work because that usually means it does work and they want you to stop doing it because it works, right? And that's why they say, oh, it doesn't work. So it's funny because, you know, your client or prospective client here will go read, if especially like, for example, in all of my SEO strategy, like methods for all of my clients, press releases are a part of the strategy now. It's not an add-on. I mean, it's an add-on service for existing clients that didn't have it. But for all new proposals, it's part of my SEO retainer package, right? Because it's just part of what I do. It's a foundational method. And so if I had a client that came to me and said, well, I see press releases, I saw on an SEO Roundtable blog post that Google said the press releases don't work for SEO, you know, that would piss me off because I know for a fact that they do. They do work, right? And so my point is, no matter what it is that you say or do now, if that's the type of a client or business or person that's going to, you know, continually brush up on SEO blogs and try to expand their, you know, what they think is their SEO knowledge, they're always going to come back and question what you're doing. So personally, like Renan said, I would tuck my tail between my legs and run away.
So, yeah, I think it's like I think that you're totally right, Bradley, and this comes after working with several of these type of guys, right? And yeah, I think it's like a disposition. Like they're already starting the conversation with that disposition, with that attitude, if you would, right? So it's kind of. I mean, you don't need to prove your worth to anyone. Like the reality is that people need to be educated. Your job is not to educate a client of how awesome you are. It's just like, you know, do your job, because otherwise you're like, that's doubling the amount of energy investment that you need to put. You need to put energy into working and making things work, and you also need to put energy on explaining what you're doing. And, you know, it's just a waste of time, in my opinion. So, you know, there's a lot of clients out there. That's at least the position that I take when something is not entirely right. And trust your gut feeling, Mohammed. Like, you've been doing this long enough and you've been having great results. So I would trust your gut feeling on this one, because from the perspective that there's a lot of clients out there. So that would be my take on it.
Yeah, my answer to that is go and tell this guy, why the fuck is he wasting your time? If he thinks that you're the expert, if he's coming to you as the expert in the matter. Why in the fuck is he giving you his opinion? What the fuck you care? I mean, just tell him off, man. Because this is so ridiculous. You go to the doctor and tell, hey, during the operation, you mind taking me off the anesthesia so I can tell you what you need to do next? Who the fuck does that? No, Muhammad, no. You know. The fuck away from this guy. Tell no. Go keep reading your blogs, and I'll just go my way, and we're good. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, and the best way, like I said, is just don't argue. Just I would run away from that prospect anyways. But the point is you just show results. You don't have to explain methods. You know what I mean? Like, you can just say, look, this is the kind of results I can get. Show portfolio, showcase how the type of results that you can get, and that's it. That should be all the explaining you need, right? And if somebody wants, you don't, like Marco said, you don't go to a doctor and tell the doctor how to do their job, or you don't go to an auto mechanic and tell them how to do their job, right? You go, and if they've got a good reputation for getting results and fixing cars, then you go and you give them your damn car. You know what I mean? So you got to treat it the same way. So I totally agree with what both of them said.